It's tea time, y'all. Except for kind of not really, but sort of.
Yeah.
Episode 543? 33. Dang it.
So, yeah, today, well, first of all, subscribe. We are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. But today we are doing a special episode. And this is something I think Denny and I talked about. We're going to try to do a bit more of this year.
Yeah.
Just like some atypical episode structures.
Right.
We found people are interested in that. I mean, if you want to see us drinking tea, you have over 500 episodes to do that.
Yeah, seriously.
So, don't complain about that. We'll be back soon enough to do that. But today we are going to be talking about buying Pu'erh and some teas to age.
Right.
You want to give some context?
Yeah, exactly. So I built a pumidor this year, which has been really fun. It's a heated pumidor. I'm still working on nailing the humidity. You can go to tdb.org/t-den to check out some of the data and all that stuff and photos. YTT sent us over a hypno train for us to age over time. We're going to compare them in terms of the amount of humidity and heat across James's non-heated and then my heated pumidors. But I'm also trying to expand my raw Pu'erh collection. And so we thought it would be an interesting kind of back and forth series of videos to go through different price points for building your own raw Pu'erh collection to age. So this first one is a $250 price point. We're going to do one that's at $500 and then one that's at $1,000.
Yeah, and so this is $250 for about 4 cakes is what we're looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to work out perfect,
right?
But is like those are kind of the rough math. So that would average out to about $60 to $65 per Pu'erh cake.
Yeah.
And so, I first of all, there's a little bit here. So, I mean, the goal of this is to also see those teas transform. So we're not going to focus on teas that are already like 100% aged.
Right.
That being said, I did select mostly middle-aged teas just because I think that's the better value rather than choosing strictly young teas. It also gives you a chance to kind of weed out the teas that are not going to age well because some time has passed. And, there's a variety of ways you can buy teas. You could buy 2, you could buy just 1. It kind of just depends how you drink tea. So there's a lot of different options. A lot of people like to do the 2 approach. That way they can drink 1 and then have 1 pristine cake that's aging away.
Right.
Other people will buy more than that. Other people will just buy 1, and those tend to be called stamp collections because it's just like 1 of each tea.
Right.
But anyways, we'll get into some of the teas first. So the $250 price point, I really focused a lot on factory tea, specifically with kind of the 2 major factories, Shaguan and Dai.
Yeah.
And so the big recipes there. So the first one I have up here is one that is definitely well beneath the kind of the price threshold here. This is a $7 cake. This is the Iron Cake 8653 on Taobao, sold from a retailer called MXT who specializes in Shaguan. So you can get a very inexpensive tea cake for about $7.
Nice.
So you could get a full tong for about $50. And this is kind of like the signature Shaguan recipe, the Iron Cake 8653. It's already 10 years old too. So like if you're really constructing your pumidor with under $100, you probably end up with a lot of things like this.
Yeah. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with, and that's kind of the point of these videos, you're trying to find the right tea for these different kind of scopes, if you will. And so if this is where you are getting your pumidor going, there's nothing wrong with that at all, especially if you enjoy some of these flavors. So this is kind of a classic recipe, and it is a very, very, very cheap price.
So another option along those same lines, we're going to just kind of zoom through these, is an Iron Cake Fei Tai. So that's a little bit of a kind of a different form of Shaguan, a little more specialized, kind of more towards the Taiwanese market is the rumor. And so this is also an Iron Cake. It is 138 RMB, which ends up being about $18. So also very inexpensive.
Yeah.
You can also get a tong for quite a bit. And that's already 16 years old. So that's pretty
incredible.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of tea.
Yeah. So you can definitely get some strong value. So Dai on average is quite a bit more expensive than Shaguan. Not that it's that expensive in kind of today's dollars. So I have 2 different stores I have pulled up here. So one is the official Dai store in kind of Guangdong or Guangzhou, and the other one is Chentong, who people seem to have a reliable experience buying Monghai Tea Factory tea from. And so the 2 signature recipes that I kind of highlighted here are the 2 kind of most popular ones. 7542, which is known for being a more bitter, punchy. Definitely a tea that's intended to get some age.
Yeah.
At least traditionally.
Right.
And the 8582 is a bigger leaf, so that second 8 in there stands for kind of like the leaf grade. And so this uses bigger leaf. It's a little more mellow, but it definitely is still like a tea that I would personally recommend aging.
And arguably the two most famous recipes ever.
Yeah, and those as well as the 8653, which we just talked about.
Right.
So you really are getting. Okay, we got to log in.
No worries. Let's keep going.
It's okay. I got this. I probably got this.
Yeah, just want to make sure we're not giving away your password on OBS or whatever. Yeah. Hopefully not.
Yeah, I was just in this, so I'm a little surprised it's telling me to log in, but okay. I think I'm in.
Oh Lord.
We'll know in just a second. Oh, okay, we're not in. Anyways, so these recipes go from anywhere from about $40 to about $60. 7542 as well as 8582. 2006 to 2010 is probably the age range I would look at. In my experience with buying from these stores is they tend to be on the drier stored end, so there's a lot of room to further age and for improvement there. Okay, so next...
And just to piggyback on one of the first points that was made too, one of the benefits of buying tea on these specific years and with these recipes is they've already been proven to be good. They have proven to not go bad. And so by buying something that's a little bit already semi-aged, we've kind of sorted through the first, something might taste kind of interesting now and really turn. So this is kind of the idea. We're starting with enough age already, even at these price points, that we have a very high level of confidence, even for cheap tea, that moving forward is going to age out well. Sure,
yeah. Tea will especially transform a lot at the first few years.
Right.
And so like a lot of those notes that could be appealing early on will go away. So it'll give you some idea. So next up, I have a Chen Shunghao Bawang, and I just have 2 more teas left on this. Hopefully this link works. Looks like it's working.
Nice.
Okay, great. Yeah, so this is one of their signature blends as well. Usually this tea would sell for quite a bit more. I think if you bought this from Chen Shunghao, it'd be over $300. So this is selling for about $75.
Nice.
Currently on Taobao.
Yeah.
So there have been some that have popped up here. I've tried the tea. I think it's actually legitimate. So I don't know how long stuff like this is going to last necessarily, but it's a good price. This blend is particularly strong, particularly bitter. So it's one of those that has a lot of kind of guts to it.
Sure. Nice. Yeah, absolutely. And for a great price, again, it's already 12 years old.
Yep.
Incredible.
And last up, I have a tea I've not tried, but I've heard good things. This is one of the kind of Shagwan, what people have called the budget bangers of kind of 2011. This one sells for $34. It's a Boulong early spring cake. I think this is Boulong.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, it says that. Okay, great. And so Boulong known for kind of having bitter, punchy teas. So it's a good region to target if you're looking for kind of teas that will last.
Yeah.
Things that are not necessarily featured here are Iwu teas, which tend to be a bit more expensive.
Right.
And their aging is a little more, it's a little less straightforward, I would say, than kind of like the more strong, bitter, punchy teas.
Nice.
But yeah, those are kind of the options I highlighted. Anything that stands out to you?
I probably would look for pick Dai. I would probably get the Chen Shunhao tea.
Yeah.
I would sort of say that those would be kind of my go-to of this list. Again, not having tons and tons of experience with buying Pu'erh, aged Pu'erh. But yeah, those probably would be my kind of immediate intuitions on this list. Yeah. It's so hard to say no to something like $7 though. I mean,
I know, right?
Seriously,
Yeah.
And
it's like, why not? It's like
Yeah.
literally like
And if
under
it's-
the cost of a meal.
right. And if it's reasonable, if it's just fine, then it's a great way to have a keg of something that you can introduce to a tea drinker who's really just, excited about raw. It's like, hey, take a quarter of this tea home with you. Why not?
Yeah.
So
And that's how you end up with 50 cakes.
Yeah, exactly.
To 4.
Yeah, exactly. So I think going into this, you might want to be thoughtful about where you think you're going to end up. One saying that they have in the ultralight backpacking community is buy once, cry once. And I think it's a really prescient saying because it's really easy to kind of incrementally get more and more expensive stuff, and you have 7 of the thing that you only needed 1 of.
Sure.
If you're just trying to get into one profile specifically for a tea, you might want to watch all of the series of videos and then make a bit of a harder decision of, what, am I going to buy once, cry once, or am I going to be tasting a lot more?
Sure.
It's going to end up a bit more about how many raws you've had as well, right? Do you have a sense of these teas in general?
Yeah.
Or are you kind of more in an exploratory phase?
Yeah, and for someone like you don't drink raw that much.
Right.
So you had told me before that you might gravitate a little bit more towards the higher end.
I think so, realistically.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to have something. I don't even think I would need a tour. Really just stuff that I want to be drinking that I know is going to be really delicious and reliable, and it's going to continue to age beautifully. Because I'm not chipping away at my teas, my Shung teas, nearly as much as someone like James Frieden.
So no $7 raw cake today.
Yeah, maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, so thanks for watching. We're going to do the next episode in the series is going to be for kind of a budget of $500 or so.
Yep.
Mix and match. Again, it's going to be up to everyone out there to figure out what the teas are going to be best for them. But please let us know in the comments below. Has this been instructive for you? Are there other kinds of videos like this that you would like for us to consider? We will very much read the comments and try to incorporate some of the ideas because we want to make sure we're producing content that everyone is enjoying. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And send this to your...
To anyone else that will subscribe.
actually. Yeah, and your Taobao importer contact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wu-Tang!
Peace.